Welcome back, guys. So as you know that in our previous part we defined the basic functionality. If you didn't watch the previous part, then go to this channel and watch the part 1, okay, where we discussed about the app bar and the HTTP and the future and the map system and our API data. Okay, now and in this part I am gonna show you how can we get each and every data. It doesn't matter how complex it is, it will become very easy for you. We will return all of this data, guys, don't worry about this. So let's start it. So now we need to add this method inside our void main method, because when we are running this application, and the first thing is opening, that is our main method. So in here we need to use this async keyword, okay, so that we can async the data from the server. And in here we need to create a variable, and we can say map, I can say here data is equal to await, and this one is going to be our method name, that is get all data that we created here. See the method name get all data. So as in here I defined the future type is map, so make sure that in here you are using this the variable type is map. So map data await, then the method name, okay. And after that, now all of this data are stored inside this data variable. Now we can access all of this data one by one. You just need to understand the sequence. So as I said that we are using here map just because of the API structure is in map. So this one is the for the key, so then and all of these are value. For this one is the key and this one is the value. So first of all I'm gonna get this data so that you can understand the basic thing. So I'm gonna add the print, and first of all I am gonna show you how can we print all of this data inside the console. And in our next part we will design our UI, then we will retrieve our weather data, okay. So what was that? Okay, so inside this print we can simply edit result is, and after that in here we need to use this data, and in here I need to add the third bracket, and in here you need to use the keyword. So let's say we are gonna use this one, okay, and this one is the string. Okay, done. Now if I run this, and hopefully we will be able to see the result. If everything goes well, then we will be able to see this result. Okay, debug API, and installation failed just because of the insufficient instance, so it's not our problem actually. So our goal is to get the result inside the console, and the result is 200. See, the result is 200. So we got it. See, the result is 200. Okay, now this way you can also get the message data here. You can retrieve it, message, and then paste it here, then run it. If I run it, then I will get a error, and the reason is that this message data is an integer. See, this one is an integer. So here we can see, so we need to convert it to the string. So dot to string. Now if I run it, we will be able to see this, hopefully. See, result is 0.024. okay, so this way you can, this is the simple data one. Now the complicated part is the list. See, so this list, and after this list, this one has the position of array. So this one is the position 0, this one is the position 1. Okay, so let's say for 0 position data inside this list, first one is 0 position, as you already knew that in array the first position is 0, the second position is became 1. So this one is first position, so this one is the 0. Then we have another map, that is main. After that map we have couple of other data. We can now access all of this data. So what we need to do, so our main key is list, so copy this list, and I'm gonna remove all of this thing actually, except the data. So data is our main variable, and in here our main key is list, and look at this, and inside this list we have couple of other data in a array. So that's why we need to define the position. Let's say for first position, okay, so we need to define the position here. I can say position 0, and after this 0 position, inside this 0 position array, this one has couple of other data like the weather, like the cloud, a lot of. So for this one is 0, this one is 1, this one is 2, and this one is 3. Okay, so the 0 position data, then we need to define this, and inside the 0 position we can do this one and this one. So after that we need to use the main. Now this main become the key and the temperature become the value. So now copy this main, and up inside this main, and inside this main we need to use, let's say we are gonna get this temperature. Okay, so copy this temperature here and paste it here, and as I said that this one is a integer, so we need to convert it to string. See, this one is integer. So now if I run this, hopefully we will be able to see this. So see, our result is 272.09, 272.09. so this way you can also get this temperature. So this way you can also get the temperature. So change it to temperature. Now run it, and you will see the result is this 271. Okay, see the 271. Actually this way you can get all of this data. So let's say you want to get the cloud data. Okay, so then instead of main, we can directly copy from here the clouds. So after this position, then remove this main, add the clouds, and then add the data that you wanna get. So change it to, then run it, and see the result is 60. Okay, so this way you can get each and every data. So here is the different thing. So for inside this weather, see, this one is the another array, so we can't access this weather ID and main description directly. So for doing this, so let's copy this weather first. So if I copy this weather in here, copy this weather, and after that we need to define the position of this weather. See, this one is the another array data, but that has only one data, so we need to define 0 here position. So remove this all here, and I'm gonna add his 0, and after that, okay, we also need to remove the twisting, and after that we need to define the data that we want to get. Let's say I want to define the ID. Okay, so as we can see, ID is a integer, then we need to convert it to string. So convert it to string. So run it, and you can see the ID is 803. Okay, so this way you can see, you can get the main, and see the data. See the clouds. Okay, this is the result. So this is the basic thing. Okay, so this way you can get each and every data, it doesn't matter. So if you define the position number 1, then you could define, then you could add the then you can see this data. Okay, you just need to that is the very basic thing. You just need to follow the sequence. So first one is, this one is your map, then define the position, then which one you define, then this one. Okay, there is nothing difficult thing. Now let's do one thing inside this city. So now work with the city. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove all of this thing from here. Okay, so for city, okay, so for city, first of all we need to copy this city, because this is the main map now, and this is the key, main keyword. Okay, so add the key, and after that in here we don't have any other array, so this is the only one thing. Okay, so inside this we have ID, name, and the coordinate is the array. That is the same thing that we did here. Okay, so first define the name. So let's say city, and then after that we can define the name. Then I can then I can hit the run button. And see the result is Moscow. Here see the result is Moscow. But if I define the code, that is the coordination, so in here then we will get the error. And the reason is that inside this code, this one is a list of data. See, we got the error. So the reason is that this inside this code it has another array itself, so we need to define the position. As it has only one data, so the position is going to be 0. So define the position here 0. I'm sorry, this one. After that we need to add the position is 0. Then we need to define the data name, that is going to be the lat and lon. So lat lat, then we need to convert it to a string as it is a integer. So we will be able to see this result. And we got an error. And why we got this error? City code, then let, what is the error? Don't know. So the city, then the after that city we need to define the code, then need to define the position, then need to define the let, then need to define the, so what we are getting. So let me was called on null error, the dart.com exception null let. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, we don't need to use this position. No, we need to use this position. Oh, I'm very sorry, this is not the array actually. This is not the array actually, this is the direct data. Oh, I'm sorry. But for the list, the weather was the array. See, this one is the array, another one. I'm very sorry for that. Okay, so we have done all of this thing. Actually you can use this thing. Okay guys, so I hope you understand it. Let me explain it again. So this is the very basic thing. We just need to write couple of code. Actually it's just 4-line code. First define the API inside a variable, then using this http get we need to get this API. So http.get API, then convert this data to the JSON format. For doing this we need to use this json.decode, then our data.body, then return the JSON data. As whenever we are opening our application, our main function is calling, so that's why we need to use this async inside our main. And then we need to use the create a map variable. Why we need to create a map variable? Because in here we define the data type is map, so it should be use the map since we are using the await get all data. Now we need to print this data. So data is going to be city, then coordination, latination, then, so what I said that you just need to follow the sequence. As I said that this JSON data is a very complex data, so all of these data are in map format. This one is the key and this one is the data. For the city, inside the city we have a coordinator. So inside this coordinator we have the let, then we need to convert to the string. So see the sequence. So first our key is city, then which data we want to get? We want to get this coordination data. So then after the city I wrote here code, and inside this row we have two data. So from among these two data, which one you want to get? We want to get this let data. That's why we post it, we add it here let, and as we can see this one is an integer, so we need to convert it to the string. So that's why we converted it to the string, and then we can see the result is here. Okay, so this is all about for this part. I hope you enjoy this course, and guys please don't forget to subscribe. And if you need any free coupon of my Udemy courses, and then you can send me message. So let me show you something. So if you search YDC on Udemy, you will see couple of courses, and all of the courses are mine. I have Android courses and as well as the Flutter courses. I have a Flutter API and JSON courses, and in this course you will build real world application. You will see the JSON parsing, weather application, sunrise, and the complex JSON parsing course. Okay, so if you go to my profile, you will see I have a couple of courses. If you need free coupon, then you can join to my Facebook group. In the description box you will see my Facebook group link, and join to this group. You will get lot of new resources each and every week. And if you need a free coupon, then you can send me the message. I will try to give you free coupon. Okay, so I think that's it for this part. In our next part, I will show you how can we design the UI and how can we set our data. Okay, so that's it for this part. Thank you.